Well, this is Baruch here of the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and this is the Parashat Titzaveh. That's our Parsha of the week. This is the Sefer Zohar. It has a Pirush of the holy Matok Midvash. So we're going to get into the Zohar right away. Let's see what it's talking about. I kind of skimmed it, but I'd like to get into it, see if I can understand it. Rabbi Shimon Bachi V'chadeh. And I was just talking the Rebbe Shimon, and we have a glimpse, like let's say a glimpse of view from 2,000 years ago, that we could go into the base Medrash of Rebbe Shimon and listen to the conversation that's going on there. And so here it is that we pick this up. In the midst of this conversation, which he had just been talking about the higher type of din and the lower type of din, at Rosh Hashanah particularly, he began to cry because of the joy that was in his heart. Because the Saba, I don't know which Saba it is, the Saba the Mishpatim has been talking. He has great ideas. Zokvu Einin V'chama Chamisha Me'inin Perushim. Nishar HaSaba, the Saba says the Rebbe Shimon. So he says, the Saba and Rebbe Shimon lifted up their eyes. HaSaba, Sheyashvach b'Midbar, the Hizboided B'Torah V'Stiraho. He says, "B'toch kach Rebbe Shimon bochem machmas simchas levav shehoyelo al yedei sistre Torah sheshamim Saba." So we're getting close to the end of the union with the Saba. So he says, "Naso hasaba v'Rebbe Shimon." So they lifted up their eyes. V'roch shechamisha anashim, that 5 men, me'osim haperushim, that those who went out, that separated themselves. From the Talmidim of the Saba, Sheyashva b'Midbar, they went out into the desert, lehisboided, to meditate, talk to God, b'Torah v'sisrei, that is, and to learn Torah and its secrets. The Chava Ozle Rabasre l'Mizbale, Shehoyu Chokim Achre Saba, they followed after the Saba, the Vakesh for the Chapes also to seek from him and to search from him, Kadesh Yifrash Lahem Sebikosehem, so that he should be able to explain to themselves the doubts that they have about what's their understandings. So he says Mikan Ulahala. So wait a minute. Mikan v'lahala mashamach. So from here and onwards, Mikan v'lahava shagalis li harbe sodas, that you taught me all of these different secrets of the Torah. Emily mashamach. So tell me, what is your name? Mashimcha. Ki im agi la'achirim me'elu chasoda, because if I'm going to tell other people, I'm going to teach these secrets to others. I should be able to say them in the name of the person who originally brought out these ideas. Amma Nohoroi Saba, he says, Amma Nohoroi Saba, Amma Shemi Nohoroi Saba. My name is Nohor. Now Nohoroi means something like an illuminator, a person who spreads light. Now, this also appears in other places, and so because the gematria of Saba is 63, which is actually the name of Sag, that is the light of Bina, and his name is Nahoroi, of the light of Bina. Begin the Nahoroi Achra is Gaban, because there's another Nahoroi. Lefisha Yesh Ish Acher Tsayer Mimani, who's younger than me. Hanikra Gam came the Horoi is also called by the name the Horoi, the illuminator. Yesh Imano, Yesh Imano, the King Kormusod the Horoi Saba. Now let me see, I missed the understanding here. Nikra Gam came the Horoi. Yesh Imano, so I guess there's somebody else with us that has that same name. The King Kormusod the Horoi Saba, so therefore he's called OC, the Gorim OC, for therefore they call me the old, like their grandfather Nahoroi. Also Rebbe Shimon v'Inin Chavrech v'Bechat Las Melon. Holko Rebbe Shimon v'Osem HaChaverim, and all the people that were in the yeshiva, the neshamas that were in the yeshiva. Imol Shlosha Milim, they walked 3 miles with this man to escort him back. I'm a Rebbe Shimon the Ina Lachronim, so Shal Rebbe Shimon. From these, he asks a question of these other 5 people that are going along with this Rabbi Nahoroi Saba. Ma orcho dagabaychu, ma derech hazecha lechem, va'ana atem muchanen leleches. He says, ma derech hazeh lechem. What is this? Where? I think it means where are you going? What does this path mean to you? Va'ana and I. Huh? Atem muchana leleches. So where are you going? Amar the Rebbe Shimon ein lonu derech. We have no place. We have no path. L'shum makom mesuyim. We're not going any place, any designated place. Ella l'mispalei l'hai Saba ana l'chapes as Saba. What we're doing is trying to stay with and find this Saba. The Maymoy Anan Shasan B'madber, because his water is what we drink in the desert. Now this is all very metaphoric. He asks Mayme Taraso Ana Hoshosa Midbar, because this world is a midbar. But Solo Lomar Sha'anu Talmidav, so to say like this, that we are his students. As the Rebbe Shimon V'Nashke, so Rebbe Shimon came and kissed him. But Rebbe Shimon Nashek as a Saba, oh, he kissed the Saba. Amalei Saba, so he said that the Shah Nahoroi Shemach. So your name is Nahoroi. Unahora Ant, and you are a light. Ant Unahora Imach Share. So he says, well, let's translate. Nahora Shemcha, that's your name. V'hata Meir B'koich Nishmascha HaMeira, and you are shining from the power of the neshama, which is illuminating. V'or ha-Torah shora l'imach, and the light of the Torah, it dwells with you. Pasuk Rebbe Shimon v'Amar. So Rebbe Shimon began to speak, and he said like this: Masha kasev hu gole amikos amasterasa. HaKadosh Baruch Hu magala devarim amokim. He reveals things which are very deep, amidistarim, and hidden, so we don't know they're there. Yada ma b'chashuka nechara imach shrei. Hu yodea ma sheyesh b'choshech. He says, he knows what is in the darkness. Or shora imo, and the light dwells with him. V'omer Masha Kosev, and he says, he writes what is written, Hu gale amikosach u'mistarasa, he reveals its depth, its hiddennesses. Pirusha kutra barichu gale amikosa, that is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In this case, he means Bina. Magalos Sodas Amukim Shabachochma, revealed the secret, the deepest secrets, really, of Chochma. Omastarasach of an Estarim Shabakeser, and also those things that were hidden inside of Keser. The call Amikim Stimi Miloim Ihu Galilon. He calls Sodas Amukim, because all of the secrets of those deep things. Vahastumin, and those things which are also hidden. Elyonim hu magalachosam, he reveals them. Now he means to say that Bina has the ability to open up and manifest these secrets. Umay time agalilon, so why? Umalku atam kolomer malsha tzorech yesh la'olam l'chashpia l'galus oros ela l'mata. So what is really the point? Let's try to translate it better. That is to say, mat tzorech. What is the need yesh la'olam that is for the world? L'chashpia l'galus oros ela l'mata, to pour out, to reveal the lights, these lights down below. Because he knows what's in darkness. What does that mean? Because in that darkness are the powers of punishment, the punishment of din, strict din. Because the thought is like this. The world is made out of Gevurah. Gevurah by itself is destructive. It will continue to squeeze and squeeze, etc., until there's nothing left. So it needs, therefore, the world is built out of Gevuros. It needs the Gevuros to be sweetened. Yedei Oros Rachamim, by bringing them lights of Rachamim, which are other places called Chasadim. El Yonim and Mamtikim as a dinim, and sweeten up the dinim. The El Malech Hashuka, because if it wasn't for the darkness, now Sheim Lo Koya Choshech Din, the darkness that comes along with these punishing dinim, V'Hagavura, Hamispashim Adakitzonim, Chachashukim, that would spread until the outside forces, in other words, false forces that are so full of darkness, Mispashnim Ba'olam, and then spread into all of the worlds, all of the hidden places. Lo is noda v'nikar or harachamim. You would not know. In other words, it would spread so completely that it would be like pictures of the worst Gehenim right here in our world, which is war and may be coming. Lo noda v'nikar or harachamim. It would not know, not recognize the light of Rahmanas. Because they spread into the world with such a tremendous power of din. Miad mispashetes midis arachamim levatel es adinim. So immediately starts to spread the midis of rachamim, the rida of rachamim, levatel es adinim. So they go together. He knows that is the Saba and the Roy Saba. He knows Mashiyesh B'choshech. He knows what's in that darkness. Again, Kach Gale Amikosach Mistarasa V'Shvil Zera V'Gilach Amukos Amistaros. So this is the reason why he teaches us about the deepest parts, those places which are hidden. The love Chashuka, because if it wasn't for the darkness, lo yizgali and amikasa mistarasa sheim lo hechshech. I'm not trying to figure out how this lo hechshech. If things would not become dark, and he's talking about the darkness of our lives. I was just listening to something from Asia Torah with Tucker Carlson on it, and the guy's very persuasively evil. But nonetheless, that's part of it. That's the darkness. And it wants to spread. That's its nature. If it wasn't because he understood the nature of this darkness, would not have revealed this tremendous depth of this hiddenness. Behind the Masha Kosav in the Hora Ime Sharei. Man the Horador. Malhu ha'or hazeh, this hor, this light. What is it? Va'amar nahora is galia migo chashulcha. This is the light. Shenizgala besocha choshech, that is revealed inside of the darkness. We penetrate the darkness to find the light. V'amar Rebbe Shimon the Saba, so Rebbe Shimon then said to the Saba, V'anan mego choshuva d'chabe b'mabara. V'anu, we, b'toch ha'choshech shehoy b'midbar. We are in the midst of the darkness that was in the desert. Iskele lon ha'redoch. Nisgala lon or chazeh al yadecha, so this light, the fact that the light is hidden. I think he's saying like this, light is hidden in the darkness. So you need to penetrate the darkness. Baruch Rebbe Shimon as a Saba. So then Rebbe Shimon came, and that is to find the light. Rebbe Shimon came and blessed the Saba. V'amalo Rachmana Yishra Imach. So the Rachmana should, this is the blessing we give. Let me read it again. Rachmana Yishra Imach Nahora Ba'alma. Dain V'alma Da'asi HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yishra Imacha, that let him dwell with you, or cover you over in that sense. Or Ba'ola, this light, Ba'olam Habo. So he says, also Rebbe Shimon, V'chavrim, Elan, Tras, Milan, the Basra, so they followed him for 4 miles. Holku Rebbe Shimon, V'elach, Hachaverim, Shloshu, Milan, Akrech, Saba, the Lavoso, after the Saba, in order to accompany him. Acher kach amalei, then after that he said to him, Rebbe Shimon sha'al about Saba. So then after the 3 miles, Rebbe Shimon asked the Saba, Amai lo ozli iloch ilain imach begadmisa. Wama lo cholko elach averim. That's 5, is 5 talmidim, imach bedachila. Why did they join you and weren't they with you at the beginning? Amalei Saba, the Rebbe Shimon lo bo'ena la atrukal the bar nashimi. He said, Lo Retzitzitz, I don't want to bother, to toil, to cause a person to toil, to go through the trouble of going with me. Aval Chashta, the Asa Nails of Gahada. But now that they've come, we'll go together. Ata Shibochim Atzmam Neilach Yachad. Let's finish up now. This is Oslo. Cholku Chaim Ladarchim. They went on their way. For Rebbe Shimon, Azala Archa, Rebbe Shimon went his way. Rebbe Shimon im Chaveirov Cholok Ladarcho. Amara Rebbe Abba. Now here you see that the metaphor of the Midbar, the desert, is to confront the darkness. The desert is a place of death. It's not a place of life. You go into that place. So Rebbe said to Rebbe Shimon, Ha-anan yadana shemei. Hine ranachto gavar yodim shemo shel hasaba. We already knew this. V'hu lo yada shemei damar. But who? Ena yadecha shemo shel mori. For my teacher, meaning Rebbe Shimon. So in other words, we know this man's name, but he doesn't know your name. Amar the Rebbe Shimon, the Rebbe Abba said, the Rebbe Shimon said, Minei yedana delo li'is chazor. What does that mean? Imana from him, Yedati v'lamadati shehol is rose. From him I learned, I knew and I learned, shelo lehis rose. Now what does his rose mean? To mean to show it off. Kikamoshahu lo higid li shemo ma'atzmo ad shesh'alasiv. So from him I saw that I never knew his name until I asked him. Kilo rota lehis kabed b'tarasa, because I didn't want to get any honor by saying over his Torah. Is that what he means? Let me see. Ki kamoshahu lo higi li shemo ma'atzmo ad shesh'alasiv, until I asked him. Ki lo rota lehis kabed b'tarasa, because he didn't want to get any glory from the secrets of the Torah that he was teaching me. Kmo came kam ani lo ritzisi sheyakireni. So also I didn't want him to actually, recognize me. Ve'eskavid be'enov, and I would think, well, now he knows that there's somebody else out there that is really worth talking to. Ki shemo shel Rebbe Shimon hoya cholek misofa olam v'ad sofa, because the name of Rebbe Shimon travels from one end of the world to the next. Begilui Sisrei Torah, with the revelation of the secrets of the Torah, ki hu hoya hatzadik yisod olam, because he was the tzaddik. What is Rebbe Shimon? He's the tzaddik yisod olam, Rosh kol hador ahu, and the head of that entire generation. So he writes, let's see if we can translate, Sayamti Parshas Titzaveh. I have completed, this is the Matok Midvash writing, Be'ezus Hashem, Be'ezus Hashem, Sha'alav, Sha'alav Akaveh. So let me see if I read this. It's going to silent. Sayamti Parsh Titzaveh Ana Hashem Rom Vanisa. Be'ezus Hashem Sha'alav Akaveh. As Reina Devar Parshas Kisi, so then it helped me to explain the next Parsha. So then he got to the end, but we're going to come back and take a look at a little bit more that the Saba had told Rebbe Shimon in regards to the Muadim.